Good evening and welcome to round 9 of season 6 of the Dunton Technical Centre Championship. Hopefully you can hear me.
Welcome to round
9. Yes, you can, because I can hear it coming out of the audio. Right, let's just get this set up. Evening, Mika. On a Monday as well. Right, let me get the link, copy that. Take that. I have to share it everywhere, you see. And one more. Cool. Right, good. Good evening. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's still in one piece. So, round 9, getting to the business end of the championship now. And we return to Blue Moon Bay, but we're on the infield, which I think another first for the DTCC. I don't think drivers have raced here before. So, usual rules apply. We're in the Group 4s and Group 3s. We'll do the grid walk again. This one was another of the one-shot qualifiers. So each driver just had the one single flying lap to get their quickest times in. So we'll go down the grid. So Mike, the serial pole man for the Group 4s, seems to have a sixth sense on how to get sixth in qualifying, therefore get pole on the grid. So he's on pole in his Olin's sponsored Ferrari. So as per usual, all the drivers, all the teams, had their liveries drawn out of a hat, as it were. The infamous spinny wheel. So look, and Lex doing a great job in his Lambo in second. So we've got the Italian Stallions 1 and 2 on the grid. Let's see how they can do today. And then third on the grid is the Aston of Jimmy. His Walkers. And fourth on the grid, not having such a great qualifying. Third in the championship, Chris Lewis. Bit of controversy in the qualifying. Was he put off? But he lines up fourth on the grid. I think fourth. We go back. Yep, here we go. Yep, make everyone dizzy and sick. Fifth is Mika in the Liquid Molly Porsche. Sixth is Dan in his Ernie Ball extra slinky liveried Toyota. And seventh in his Ice Tea liveried Nissan is Alex. Then eighth in his Lynx McLaren. Looking very nice, actually. I didn't really notice that before. Look at that. That's a nice livery. Very simple, but I like it. And then we get to the guys who were quickest in qualifying and starting from the back in reverse order. So, what would that be in 12? In 9th is Harry in his French Fries Merc. 10th is Daz in his Sister Ernie Ball sponsored Audi. Dan Dare Racing. Then 11th on the grid is Matt in his Liquid Molly Honda. 12th is Andy in his Iced Tea, Lipton Iced Tea. Now I know what Lipton is. I don't drink tea. I wouldn't know what Lipton was, for those who wondered why I didn't know what Lipton was. Then last on the grid in his... what is that? I should know that. Something duck. Someone tell me. Liveried Mazda. Right, so that is the grid. We zip to the front. So usual rules apply. We have super softs or mediums to be used. Toilet duck. Thank you, Mika. There you go. Super softs are mediums to be used, so whatever tyre they did their qualifying lap on, they have to use the opposite. And if we then look at the so let's have a quick recap of the scores in the championship. So on drop scores, so with the best 8 rounds from 10 score, we got Chris Pengelly's leading. He's on 323. Matt's on 292 in second. I think it looks like Chris has got this one. I don't think anyone can catch him. We'll do the scores after the race, but I think he's probably got first tied up for his 6th consecutive title. So Matt's in second, 292. Then Chris Lewis in third on 268. So I think, again, Matt looks reasonably safe, but I think mathematically Chris can still catch Matt. But it's close for third and fourth, and for fifth, really. So Chris is on 268. Andy is on 260, Mike is on 248, so still pretty close there with 2 rounds to go. Then Harry's got a bit of a gap now, he's in 6th on his own on 220. Dan and Darren, the two Dan Dare Racing boys, they are on 220 and 191 respectively. Sorry, 191 and 183 respectively. Kelly's dropped off a little bit, but still in the shout for 7th on 172. Oh, that's not a good sign. It's saying keyboard disconnected. Hopefully I can still be heard. Are we still streaming? Hopefully we are. And then Jimmy is on 183 in 10th. Sorry, 139. Yeah, we're still streaming. In 10th, Lex is right behind him now on 135, so battle there for 10th as well. And Alex is not that far behind him, 127. So there's still some battles going on here. Still some scores to be settled. Then 13th is Chris on 81, he's missed a few rounds. And then Rob on 20 points. Then if we look at the teams, CMS Racing, which is Carly and Matt, they're on 461. And then Dart Racing, which is the 2As, Alex and Andy, they're on 384. So bit of a gap now up front in the teams, but then from 2nd, 3rd, 4th is very close. 384 for Dart, 372 for Italian Stallions, and 364 for Dan Dare Racing. And then equally for 5th, 6th, and 7th is very close. 343 for Grumpy and Bumpy, which is Chris on his own pretty much. Special CK, which is 2 Chris's, 340, and then JH Racing on 338. So teams are even closer. So that is the grid. That is the championship tables. Let's get cracking. So standing start and an oval always looks a bit weird, but let's have a go. And here we go. So 15-minute race as per usual. Let's get this going. We want that on. And here we go. Mike is going to lead them away, ready for the standing start. Mike gets a good start. And it looks like also Mika in the Porsche gets a good one as well. So Mike's got a cracking start up front, and that's a rubbish view as they come into focus. But as they come into the first corner, so Mike's clean away, and it looks like we got Chris has got a great start up into 2nd place. Mika's also had a good start into 3rd. And we got a bit of carnage going on. Alex has got a little bit wide, then comes back into the middle of the pack as they come charging through the first couple of corners. So Mike has got a decent lead. It looks like he's gone there wide. Oh, Jimmy's gone. No, sorry, that's Jimmy Coleman's gone off in the Aston. So carnage already, and Lex is looking to get a bit sideways as well. So Mike takes him away into the left-hand kink into the right-hand hairpins. He moves there. So Mike's in 2nd, Mike's in 3rd. Matt's up to 4th already. So Matt's had a brilliant start. Let's go back and watch what happened with Matt there. Matt's up to 4th from virtually the back. So let's have a watch with Matt's eyes. That was a cracking start from him. Usually it's Chris Pengelly who gets the fly and start. As you can see here, we've got a bit of Robbins racing there from Andy, and there all gets a bit squirrely up front. It looks like Matt is going to be ducks down the inside of one. We're alongside I think that's the Nissan. As they come into this tricky left-hander. So the McLaren's gone wide, Jimmy's gone wide. So Matt's up to 5th now already. So look, fantastic stuff. And then looks like Harry gets a tank slapper on in front of us and just about hangs on to it. Where's he going to come? There he is. So that's why Matt has got up to 4th already. So let's have a look bit bit further down the field. So we got Dan's down 11th. It's all a mix there. Daz is 9th. Chris has done a good job to get up to 8th already. Oh, hassling the BMW, and he's getting down the inside of the Nissan. He's fired back. It looks like Chris is going to take a run down the inside of the Nissan. He's through as well. So let's have a look at the front. Mike's got a lead, but Jag is not far behind him. That Jag is fast, and look how quickly that Jag is moving. Let's have a watch for on board. Are we going to get a decent run into the first corner? I think we might do. Let's watch for the back of the Ferrari. Here he comes. He's defending the inside, but Chris is going to take a look around the outside. Let's go down this really sharp transition into the from the banking to the infield, then back onto the banking again. We got Mike just in front of us, looking very tidy. The Mike's going to be that Ferrari's quick, but it's a bit squirrely. This is cracking racing. We need to see what's going on behind. Looks like Chris is going to make a move down the inside. I think he is. As they come out, we go outboard now, so we go to the left-hand kink and into the right hairpin. Chris is lining him up. I think he's going to make a move down the inside. There he goes. Is he going to make this stick? Yeah, he drifts it as he likes to do. And then we got a battle going on between the teammates as well. So Matt is now up to 3rd. And then we've got, look at this squabble going on behind us. So Harry, Chris, all in the mix of it. Daz is up to 7th, but Andy's going down the inside of him. We can say this might not be the best round. Started well, but then fell off. It's all very tight. Got to keep her hanging in there though. So as they go through lap 1, let's go on the upboard variable cam. So it looks like Mike's going to have another bash though at Chris. So Mike has not disappeared from the back of Chris's Jag. Mike's making a look now. Can he even make a move stick as they come through the first corner? It's very hard to pass there. Doesn't look like he is. So we got Matt and Mika, and then what's going on behind? We've got Chris now trying to chase down the couple of cars in front of him. Chris is obviously very quick in that Mazda. Then we got Harry in 3rd. So look, Daz and Andy are still having their scrap. Looks like Daz is going down the inside. That's a pretty rubbish view. Let's try and pick a better view. There we go. So Daz has got the run as they come out of the right hand into the left hand kink, but Andy's going to try and throw it down the outside. Is he going to make it? No. Daz covers the inside. Keeps it nice and tidy. Very nicely done. Nothing there for Andy to pick the bones out of. Let's have a quick look what's going on. Andy's slung out wide, but I think he got a bit of a drift on. So Dan's in 9th. Alex is in 10th. Lex is in 11th, so he's dropped down a bit. Jimmy's in 12th after his spin, and then there's Chris in 13th. So, to the front. Mr. Smooth on his tyres. He's a serial Group 4 winner. What can Chris do? Can he continue his trend going of winning the Group 4s? Oh, he's a bit wide as he comes out of the off the banking into the little infield second and back on the banking again. Mike's trying to chase him down. Matt's in 3rd. Chris is in 4th, so Matt did a 12.4 and Chris did a 12.0. 11.8, he's fastest as per usual. Then we've got a battle going on here, so we've got Mika with Harry right behind. So let's have a watch what's going on with a bit of glitching look like there. Oh, Harry gets it wrong and it looks like, yeah, well held, but Daz is past us. So he avoided a catastrophe there, Harry. That could have been spectacular, but just about hangs on to it. So Harry's down to 7th, Daz is up to 6th. Then what we've got going on behind, so Chris is now close right up to Matt. Let's go on board with Matt. Let's watch from the back of, try to get the roof cam, here we go. So is Chris going to make a move on the Matt? We'll keep an eye on what else is going on. I think this is probably the battle. Let's have a watch from Chris's car, here he goes. The Honda's not that quick down the straight. He might well have a go as they come up here. Let's have a look. Roof cam from looking backwards from Matt. There goes Chris. And he's through. Chris makes it part stick. Is he going to run a bit wide? I think, oh, he's gone a bit wide. So Matt's going to cut down the inside. Look at this. So 1 and 2 in the championship going head to head. So Chris made the move, but he went in a little bit deep and just ran a bit wide. And Matt goes back past him again. So we're looking back from Matt's roof cam. Is Chris going to make another move as we come down the little back straight? There's not much of a straight here. Is Chris going to make a move? They go into the hairpin. No, he doesn't. Not this time. Round they go, and all the time Matt's trying to catch Mike as well. So probably thinking this move they work together a bit. So and Chris is going to take a move around the outside. That's hard, but he's going to try and get the cut back. They come down the straight. Let's quickly see what's going on elsewhere. So Daz is in 5th. He's got Mika right behind him, still in front of... so Mika's in front of Harry, but Harry's going to make a look into the last corner. Oh, that's a great place to pass there, but looks like he's done it. Oh, Mika's in the wall. That was a bit unfortunate. It's going to go back on 3rd. So as they come down the pit straight, end of lap 5 already. So 5 laps in. It looks like Chris is making the move. Let's go on board with Chris. We can. There we go. We're alongside Matt, who's going to be last on the brakes. It looks like Chris is going to do it. There's Matt behind us. Is Matt going to try and repeat the trick of the first previous lap? But no, he decides not to. He's right behind Chris though. Chris hasn't shaken him off yet. Oh, Honda getting sideways as we're going into the first of the kinks. So using all the road they can and trying to hunt down them, the Ferrari in front of them. So we got battle now with so Harry got past Mika's now got Andy right in it on his bumper. Look at this, Andy's going to make a move out to go around the outside right to the hairpin, not quite. Harry covers the inside and he's going to try and get a little bit of a switch back here as we go onto the rear view camera from Harry's car. Williams racing on the back. No idea why he's got Williams racing on the back of a Merc. Who would have thought it? So for the last corner, keeps it neat and tidy. We'll do a tyre check in a minute. So Harry's up to 6th, Andy's 7th, Mika's in 8th but hanging on. Dan's in 9th. I don't think those two are battling. So Dan's in 7th in the championship, Mika's in 9th, but there's not much between them, 19 points. So this is a battle for position here. And Lex is in 10th. And Jimmy's got battling with Snooze, so it looks like Jimmy and Snooze are in the battle to go on board with. It looks like we've got him, so yeah. The Nissan's quick down the straights. Is he going to make the move into first corner? Yes, he does. Going to keep it on the apex. He does nicely, so it's much a bit from Jimmy's car. Let's see if he can make a comeback at the Nissan as they go through this. Oh, he does. Thinks about it. Oh, Alex was tight there. That was a nice move from Alex. He momentarily showed Jimmy the door. Jimmy's cutting. Alex has got a little bit wide. It looks like Jimmy's going to get runs. They come into the hairpin. I think he's got him. He has got him. Although Jimmy went a little bit wide. So let's have a look at the front. Chris is not escaping, but Mike has now got 2nd and 3rd, closing him down. So Chris has still got Matt right on his bumper. That's obviously using the Mazda as a bit of a drafter. So the Honda's not particularly quick down the straight, so he's probably quite grateful Chris is towing him along. Matt is going to make a move. Is he into the first corner? That'd be surprising, but he wants to probably stay behind. So going to the first corner. That's a little bit drift now. And then Andy, Harry, it's a bit spaced out a little bit. They're all quite close. Mika's in 9th. Lex is in 10th. Jimmy 11th. He's broken clear of Snooze in 12th. Then Jimmy in 13th. So leader looks like he's settled, so let's concentrate on this battle for 3rd for the time being, 2nd for the time being. Looks like Chris is now beginning to line up Mike. Chris is quick. His tyres will start to go off. Let's have a look at the tyres. So Mike's on super softs. Look at that. On the 8th lap, we're just starting to talk tyres. So Mike's on the super softs. Looking pretty good. Chris is on the super softs as well, but his front right is taking a bit more of a hammering. Then Matt is probably in between the two of them. So Mike in a Ferrari. Mike's very smooth on his tyres anyway, but he's keeping those tyres nicely alive. That'll come in useful at the end of this race. And then Chris is not doing so great, but he's got a lot of pace. So we've got Matt behind us. We've got Mike in front of us. Is he going to make a move? Here he comes. Oh, Mike's making a little bit of a move down the inside. Mike's leading on it, but it looks like Chris has done it. I think he has. There he goes, but Mike might decide he wants to cut back a bit, and then Matt, watch more from Matt. Is Mike going to now make another run? Very close. Look at this fantastic racing. 8 laps down, and we got the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th right together, and the leader's not far away either. So super battle going on for that between those guys. Let's have a quick run down. Andy's broken away from Harry. So Andy's on, so I think Andy's on mediums as well, so keep an eye on that. So Andy's on mediums doing 13.6s, Harry's on super softs doing 13.7s, so very close. Then Dan's in 8th and Lex is 9th, so Mika's had a bit of a drama. Mika's dropped down, she's down to 10th. Jimmy's 11 trying to close down. Represents reasonably close on best laps, but I think Mika's had a couple of bad laps, and Snooze is in 12th and Jimmy in 13th. So across the line we go. 9 laps down, 4 to go. Chris is in the lead. He's just done a 12.3. Chris comes along like 12.8, so he's not much ahead of, not much quicker. In fact, he's not quicker at all. But that was probably a battling lap, so we'll see what Chris can do now. So Mike and Matt are still hanging on. So look at this second place. Is really still super tight. Mike's got a little bit wide as they come through that. Looks like Matt's going to try to make a move around the outside. He's going to make a burst, brave move in the inside, but he makes his stick. Looks like Mike made a slight error going through the left-hander, and Matt's straight on him. So can Mike retaliate? He's got the better tyres of the two. Yeah, definitely got better tyres. And then, so we compare lap times. So Mike did a 13.3, Matt did a 13.2. You see Chris has already gone. He's broken the toe and he's gone. And then Daz is in the 12. So let's keep an eye out for Daz. He is catching these two. And they're catching by half a second of the lap. So let's see if Mr. Music Man can play some tunes and catch these two up in front of him. Will he string them up? I like Ernie Ball, they're my favourite brand of strings. So Andy's in third, he's doing 13.9, so I don't think he's going to threaten the guys in front of him. Harry's doing 13 flat though, so he's quicker. Even though he's super soft to getting worn, he's quicker, so we'll keep an eye on that gap. 13.1, 13.8. So Andy's lapping consistently, a nice pace, but Harry's 3/4 of a second or so quicker, so we'll keep an eye on that. So Dan's in 8th. Keep it steady. So Mika's back up to 9th, so she's got past Lex, who's down at 10th, so those two are swapping places. Jimmy's not far behind him. I think he's, yeah, so Lex has had a bad lap as well there, and Snoozing is understeering this some nice tea, and Jimmy smelling pretty, but at the back. Right, so up the front, so we've got links, top and bottom. Chris comes across the line now. He's just coming into complete lap at 11. There's 2 to go. Let's see what he does for a lap time. Across the line now. He does a 13.6. Chris does a 12.6. So second lap quicker. There's probably a couple of seconds between them. I'm not sure, he might run out of time. There we go. This battle going on for third. It's still going. There's Matt. Oh, there's a rubbish camera. Matt and Mike. Still at it. Matt's tyres are starting to go. I think that's allowing Mike to stay with him. Yeah, look, Mike's tyres are looking considerably better. So let's watch on board with Mike. Yeah, you can see Matt's starting to miss a few apexes, whereas Mike's still on it. The top 4 are still pretty close. And then we look at the little silent assassin coming up behind. Daz did a 13.2. Mike did a 13.2, Matt did a 13.4, so the Audi's catching. Oh, Mike's going to try to make a move down the inside, look at that. Oh, he's trying to make a move, but then gives them out a tap as they come out. That was a good move, but he backed out of it, and then they're battling still again. This is playing in Daz's hands. Look at this. Let's watch from Daz, let's rewind Daz. We watched the two up front fighting, so Mike went for a move. I think Matt opened the door a little bit. Matt takes a wide line going into there. Mike thought, I'm going to try and take advantage of that. So they went a bit wide, and then Mike could have hung Matt out to dry, but doesn't, and gives him some space, but then tries to go down the inside for the last corner. Effectively the last corner. They tangle, and all the meantime here, Daz is going to get a run. So we're going to have a last lap showdown, I think. Let's go to the front. Let's see what Chris is doing. He's done a 13.1, Chris has done a 12.7, gap is coming down, 1 lap to go. I don't think he's going to have quite enough time, but we'll keep an eye on him. So Matt, Mike and Daz still, oh look at that, Mike's trying to go around the other side of Matt as they go into the turn 1, tricky to pass there, and Daz is making a cut in, but Daz is going to try and cut out up the inside, so let's go on board with Daz. His tyres are looking not great, but okay for Oh, Mike's got a bit wide. Oh, it looks like Daz is going to get him. Daz is going, so Mike's got a little bit wide again. His rears are starting to go. Let's go on board with Mike. His rears are starting to go, but he's going to try and make a move on the inside of the Audi. Oh, let's go back. Watch the back of the Audi as they come out into the last couple of corners. So we're just going to let's quickly have a look at the front. Actually, it's getting very close. So Chris is just in ahead of his namesake as well. They're coming out the last corner. It's all home to dry now. I think for Chris, just hanging on. His tyre, his front right is really knackered, but Chris is actually worse. But here we go. So another Group 4 win for Chris Lewis. Fantastic drive. There he goes across the line. Brilliant win for him. Chris comes home just behind him in second. Looks like Matt is going to get third. And then what's going on for the battle for fourth? It looks like, oh, Daz has got Mike. Daz has got Mike right at the end. Wow, super close between those two. Harry's coming across for fifth. Sixth, sorry, good. Sixth for him. And he decides to do a spin across the line for seventh. Many a league would chastise you for that, but not in DTCC. Dan's coming across to finish eighth. Good eight for him. And Lex is finishing ninth. So Lex got the better of Mika in the end. And Jimmy in 10th. And Mika comes across in 11th. And then Snooze coming across in 12th. And then Jimmy is coming out. Jimmy Cheese coming out the last couple of corners. We'll follow him home. On the mediums, it was going to be a tough ask to get mediums home. I think Andy was the top medium runner. Oh no! I did I in time? No, I didn't. Okay, well, we can go to the results whilst this one loads. Yeah, time obviously ran out. So, as I reload, or as I load up the Group 3s, let's have a look at the results for that one. So, again, Group 4 winner, Chris Lewis. I think that's his fourth or fifth one. Right, pause this for a minute. In fact, we can do it the opposite from here, can't we? Wait for this to load up. Can't do sport. Right, there we go. Pause that. Do that. Do that. Alright, so we can go to the live timing because it's in reverse order. So, Chris, great win. If you're pleased with that. So I think he's won. I can count. Let's have a look. He has won. Round one. Round two was Mr. Pengay. So round three was Chris. So that's two. And round six was Chris 3. So that's his fourth Group 4 win, I think. Impressive stuff. Right the death. I think one more lap. Chris Pinkley might have had him, but Chris finishes second. Matt in third. Probably reasonably pleased with that. Ran out the podium. Then Daz just got Mike on the line. There was a steward's inquiry over Daz's. Did a bit of a dive bomb in lap 2, but because he redressed, he hit Harry broadside but redressed, so Daz escaped a penalty. And therefore keeps his fourth place. Mike, I think he missed a gear shift in the end. That's what cost him fourth place. So he's down in fifth, but it's a great battle between Chris, Matt, Daz and Mike. And Harry got to sixth in the end. Andy seventh and the first of his medium shod runners, I think. And Dan was eighth. Lex was ninth. Jimmy 10th. Mika 11th. Alex 12th. And Chris 13th. So your starting order is in reverse, as you might have guessed. So if we go to the front, so Chris starts on pole, and he's on super soft. So let's have a look at the tyre, shall we? Everyone loves the tyre chat. Potentially the last tyre chat of the season, and potentially even my last tyre chat ever. And you will miss it, I know you will. So, you will all know and love the rules. There are 18 sets of tyres that they must use over the 7 Group 3 races. There are a number of mandatory tyres that the drivers must use. And then there are a number of free tyres, but you cannot go beyond your 18 sets of tyres. So what that essentially means is, for this last race, and we'll go to them on the grid. So I'll do that. And then, so, championship leader, Chris Pengelly. He has 2 sets of softs left, so he has to have 1 stop, sorry, and he can only use softs. Then Matt, just in front of him on the grid, he has softs and super softs. So Matt's on softs to start with, Chris is on softs. So Matt has to 1 stop and can only use softs and super soft. Then we have the winner from the Group 4s, 3rd in the championship, Chris Lewis. He has 2 sets of softs and 3 sets of super softs left, so he can pick and choose what he wants to do. Then we have Andy. This is not in championship order, so Andy is on medium. So Andy has 1 set of mediums that he must use during this race. It's one of his mandatory compounds, and then he has a choice of softs or super softs. So he's starting on his mediums. Then Daz, where's Daz? He is there, and he's only bought Audi. All right, Daz has got only super softs to use. So he can 2 stop, but he can only use 2 super softs. Mike, he has a choice. He can use softs or super softs. He's starting on softs. And if we look at Harry, just in front of him, Harry has 2 sets of his mandatory mediums to use. So he has to use 2 mediums. He's got plenty of other tyres to choose from, plenty of softs and super softs, but he's got to use his 2 mediums. So we'll probably see Harry 1 stop and use his 2 mediums up. Then we go to Dan into pool 3. Dan has a mix. He can use supers or softs. He's starting on softs. And Jimmy, he's starting on super softs, and he must only use super softs. And because you're only allowed to use 2 of the same compound, much like Daz, he can only 1 stop, and he's got to use super softs for both stints. So both Daz and Jimmy have got to make those super softs last 27 laps around this track. And it's a bit of a tyre killer, this one, so we'll keep an eye on that. Then we've got Lex. Where's Lex? He has got, I know you're all loving this. He has got 1 set of softs and 4 supers left. So he's starting on supers. He'll have to change this. No, he won't have to change. He can stick with supers. He'll probably go on the softs, I would imagine. Sensible thing to do. Right, Mr. Pierce is 2nd on the grid. He has only super softs to use. So again, he's another one that can only 1 stop and has to use 2 compounds of super softs. If he uses more, he'll get penalised. Then we've got Chris on pole. He's starting on super softs, and he can use super softs or softs. And then finally, we have Mika, who's 3rd on the grid, using super softs, and Mika has the choice of 1 set of softs and 2 sets of supers. So there you go. That is our tyre situation. Usual format, this one. 3-minute race. Let's see how we go. Right, so Chris will take us away. Rolling start as per usual. We'll keep an eye on the tyres. Interesting combos going on. So it's not. There's going to be some different strategies. I think some people might try 2 stop. Some people are going to go 1 stop on the harder tyres. Some people will go 1 stop on the super soft tyres. So real mix as we come to the end of the season. So here we go in the Macca. Goes Jimmy Cheese, drops it, and away we go. So 27 laps, 30 or so minutes. Into the first corner we go. So the McLaren leads away, and it looks like Mika's making a bit of a move already on the Nissan in front. Has everyone else got through okay? Looks like everyone else has gone line the stern. Let's keep on going back through the field. Yeah, I think everyone's in line the stern at the moment. So to the front. It looks like Chris has already got off. So Alex has taken the lead. So Nissan is back in the lead. He's off and leading the first couple of laps. It looks like Mika's trying to make it move down the inside, but didn't quite get close enough. And then we've got Jimmy. I think Jimmy's made a move on Lex, maybe. I'm not sure. But it looks like Snooze has been really hassled by the Porsche. The Group 4 Porsche isn't particularly quick round here, but the Group 3 is a different kettle of fish. So Alex is going to come across the line. We've got Mika right behind us. Let's go on board with a Porsche. And we got a real squabble going on behind as well, but we can't ignore a battle for the leads. We come down the main straight for the first time. Is Mika going to bump draft? Yes, she does. And then I've got to pull back. Is Mika going to make a move? Let's watch this as Mika dives down the inside, gets the move done. Is Snooze going to come around the outside again? I don't think so. Mika's got it. So Mika's got the lead, and I think there was a big squabble going on behind. Let's find out. Here we go. So here's the mad punch that always happens. Reverse grids always serve up a huge amount of squabbles in the first couple of laps. The McLaren was going out a little bit wide. I think he's going to get swallowed up. So Jimmy started on pole, but unfortunately he's come right down to the back. Matt's trying to go down the inside between the McLaren and the LD. Is he going to make that one stick? I think he's going to dive down the inside. Yes, he does. Right, let's have a look up front. So Mika's still leading. So Jimmy's up to second, and then Lex is up to third. And Harry's in fourth. So Harry's had a good start on his mediums, and looks like... so what happened to Snooze? Oh, what happened to Snooze? So we won't go back. So Dan's in seventh. He's about to be passed by Chris in eighth, and Chris has got his boat from round one right behind him. So it looks like Dan's dropping down to ninth place, and we got Chris as we go on board, as we go into the first corner. Going to make a move on the inside of the Mazda. Yes, he is. You can see how quick that Jag is. I think we got past. I think we have. We go outside. No, Chris is going to try and hang around the outside. Is he going to make that one stick? Let's go on board with Chris. Oh, where's the Jag? No, Jag's right behind us. You can see in our mirrors. They're trying to have a go at the Ferrari. And then we've got Andy is in 8th place. We got a battle going up front though. What's going on here? So looks like Mika has now been passed for the lead by Jimmy. So let's have a watch back. Oh, we can't rewind that one. What went on there? It's by Jimmy was up in 3rd. So let's find out what happened to Snooze. So let's go forward. We saw that. So Mika's in the lead, and then Jimmy's in 3rd. So let's see what happens here. So Mika, as we head now into the kink and into the hairpin, they're all quite close. Oh, look at that! Oh, Lex had a dive bomb. There you go. Lex had a dive bomb, took Alex out. I'm very surprised that that wasn't referred to in the stewards. Let's have a watch here. Yeah, look at that. Just dives and takes out the Nissan. Extremely surprised that wasn't referred to the stewards. So Jimmy's now up to second. Mika's still in the lead. So then we've got the crazy bunch going on behind us. So Harry's now up to 4th in his medium. So he has a great start. Then Andy's doing a nice job in 5th. Mike's up to 6th. Dan's side, so we saw this. Dan was in 7th. And Chris was in 8th. But let's go up front and see what's happened here. So we've got the squabble going on for second. So Jimmy's up to 2nd now. He's got the dive bombing Lambo right behind. Let's see. So here goes Lex. He's going to make a move down the inside. Tries to make it stick, but Jimmy hangs around the outside. Nice move. And then Harry's fighting for grip as he comes around the corner. And then we've got Chris is now going around the outside of the Ferrari. And I think he's trying that, but he's outside of the Jag. I think that was Chris having a move. Let's see what's going on up front. So now we've got, there we go. So here goes Jimmy. Let's go on board with Jimmy. He's making the move. Where's the Porsche? No, we've already got past it. So, and we've got, oh, the Lambo again. Does a dive, goes wide. And Mika manages to tuck back down the inside. Yeah, Mika's saying elbows out a bit this round. Yeah, aren't they just? So there goes Lex trying to make a move down the inside. But gets a good run. Then Harry's going to get a decent run out of the, effectively the penultimate corner. Tries to go around the outside. Lex to give him room. No, he doesn't give him any room, and that gives Mike a very easy run around the outside of the Merc. And Harry's probably sitting there fuming. That was just a bit crazy. Lambo did not give me any room at all coming out. So we've now got the Jag in front of us. This is F1 Team's Glory. This is the Alpha Tauri sponsored Jag. And I think we've probably got Williams sponsored Merc behind us, and then we got the Lambo still course out front, and up front we've got battles here for the lead. So Jimmy has not shaken off Mika, and he's gone a little bit wide. I think, oh, just hangs on to it, nicely done. And Mika's back in front, and then we've got Mike up in 3rd now, and he's going to get 2nd, and he's got Chris right behind as well. So go on board with Chris. This is the usual frenetic racing we're going on. So he's going to outbrake the Aston. He's done it. Mike's gone a little bit wide. He's going to try and come across. Doesn't quite make it stick. We need to run down the order. Let's have a quick look. So Chris is in 5th, Harry's in 6th, Andy's in 7th, Matt is in 8th. What's going on there? Oh, Matt's been run out wide. Let's have a quick look what happened to Matt. Oh, Matt had a bit of a drama there as well. So let's see what happened with Matt. Let's go on board. There's a bit of contact in front of him. It looks like Matt tries to do a cut down the inside and just gets put in the wall by Andy. I don't think that was Andy's fault. I think that was just unfortunate. And then Daz comes down the inside and I think to make matters worse puts Matt off again. So Matt not having a very good start to this race. Snooze is in 10th, Jimmy's in 11th, so still doing well. Lex is now down to 12th and Dan's had a bad start in 13th. So up at the front, Mika in the Porsche still leading. It looks like that Ferrari's tucked right behind. There's going to be a pincer mover, so Mike goes for the inside as they go into the first corner. Nothing doing, but it looks like he was put offline slightly there, and it looks like Chris is going to get the jump on Mike. So Chris is going to be into second. Yes, he is. Just about hangs it around the inside. Let's have a watch from the car of Mike. They try to get the power down as they go into this left-hand kink into the hairpin. Is Chris going to line up the Porsche? Mika's defending down the inside. It looks like Chris has got it now, and then we've got some drama going on behind as well. So Chris is up to the lead, and then Mike is being challenged by Jimmy. So Jimmy's having a cracking race in the Aston. Really, only super soft. He's really mixing it. And then we've got Chris behind him. We've got Mika. Oh, who was that? I'm not sure who that was. Someone went sideways. Can't take our eyes off this though. So Mika, let's go on board with Mika. We've got a lot of stuff going on behind us. We've got Mike right glued to our bumper. Then we've got the Jimmy and Chris alongside each other as well in the background. So let's see what goes on here. Is Mike going to throw one down the inside? I think he does. Here he comes. Is he going to go down the inside? He's made a move. It doesn't make it stick. Then we go a bit back behind. So Chris and Jimmy are still fighting. So Chris is now up to 4th. It's hard to keep track of what's going on here. So Chris is now up to 4th. It looks like Mike and Mika. Oh, Mike's got a bit sideways. Oh. Let's have a look back, see what happened there. Where's Mike gone? There he is. He's recovering 8th. So he tries to go down the inside for this left-hand kink. Oh, looks like Mika just came across him. Let's have a look go back and watch from Mika's perspective. See what we can see. So we've got Mike right behind us. Mike that makes a move down the inside. He's going to come now. There's Mike lurking, and we've got the Aston and the Jag swapping places behind us. So here we go, watching on board with Mika. So Mike's going to make a move down the inside, and I think Mika can really see the Ferrari inside. So it's a bit unfortunate. Racing instant, I think. So Chris is now right behind Mika and looks like he's going to get a run. So coming into the left-hander, into the hairpin. Chris is going to make a move down the inside. Yes, he does. That's a long camera view. Yeah, so Chris is now up to 2nd. Mika's down to 3rd. Mika's saying couldn't see Mike. No, I'm not surprised that was a little bit late. Porsche's a little bit wide going in there. A little bit of a tap there from the Aston. Oh, tapping is racing. Is the Aston going to throw one down the inside as it comes through the last corner? Yes, indeed. This runs out wide, a little bit wide, and that's going to allow the Merc as well to come through. Oh, well, we've got Daz lurking in the Audi as well. So look, it's the usual frenetic race, and we've got Chris is up front now. So Chris is leading. He's well away. Look at that. It's just 1 minute 7 dead. He's a second and a half quicker than second place, but we've got this battle going on for 3rd. Mika's still defending, but looks like Harry's got the place, but Mika's still fighting it. This is cracking racing. Look at that. So Mika's still in 4th. Mika's on super softs, whereas Harry's on his mediums, and Harry's gone down the inside. Always still getting a bit of door panel bashing. So Mika's down to 5th, but hanging on, but going a bit wide. That's going to give Daz, I think, a chance there to move up. So Daz's going to try and go down the inside to the hairpin. He got Matt, who's caught back up again from that drama he had, trying to make bit of team working together here. So Daz is trying to go around the outside of Mika. Matt's now gone down the inside because of so the two CMS Racing teammates working beautifully there. Matt gets down the inside, so kind of replays what happened a few laps ago. So Matt's now in the toe of his teammate. Mika goes up wide to let his teammate through. Will they come down bump draft each other? I think so. Let's watch from Mika's perspective. So we got Daz is dropped off. Mika giving her teammate a good bump draft. Is she going to make a move into the inside? Don't think so. So good teamwork there from CMS Racing. And we got a battle. So Snooze is up to 8th, and there's Mike going up to 8. So Mike obviously dropped quite a few places there. He's got ahead of Snooze, but Snooze is doing a decent job in 9th. He's got Rikai, it was Andy. So that spinner we saw a bit earlier was Andy on his mediums. They're tough to, especially on a track like this. Mediums are quite slow. So Andy's got to do a bit of recovering there. But Dan's in 11th, Lex is in 12th, and then Jimmy in 13th. So let's have a little recap. So Chris is leading, Chris is second, and we've got Harry in third. Let's see what's going on here. So we see all this battle. So Matt is now right up on the bumper of Jimmy. They come through the banking onto coming to completion lap A, and Jimmy's pushing Matt down. Look at that, you can see it. Matt's on the Matt's on the apron, and that Honda hasn't got much grunt on the straight line. So Jimmy's still in front. Matt going to try and make a move around the other side as we go transition across onto the banking, and Matt does the undercut. Look at that. So Matt is up to 4th place. Is Jimmy going to try and fight down the inside? He's keep moving. He's trying it, but Matt just about gets in, and then Harry's gone a little bit wide there into would that be the right hander into the sort of back straight-ish. So Matt's now right behind Harry. Harry moves across as they come into the braking area, but Matt's going to try and get a tighter run. Let's go outside. So as they come out side by side into the Harry gives Matt a bit of a thump. Gets a bit sideways. Matt just about holds it, but Harry keeps his 3rd place at the moment. But I think the stewards might have a look at that one. But yeah, so Harry's in 3rd still, Matt's in 4th, Jimmy's in 5th, Daz is in 6th, Mika in 7th, Mike trying to recover in 8th. Andy's now got ahead of Daz in 9th, Snooze is in 10th, Dan's in 11th, Lex is in 12th, and Chris is in 13th. So up front, let's take a breather for the first time in the 10 laps. So Chris is doing, he's got into the 6s now. He's done 106.9, he's doing 107.4s at the moment. He's well in front of Chris in the Jag. Look at that, Chris is doing 8.9 that last lap. So here's a squabbling for 3rd. Harry's got it at the moment, doing a mighty job on his mediums, it must be said. Mediums turn out to be not a bad tyre around here, but he's got a very quick Honda behind him, so Matt's softs are starting to wear a bit, but I think he's still got an inherent pace advantage over the Merc in front. Then Daz is in 5th, Jimmy's doing a great job in 6th on his super softs, Mika in 7th, and Mike trying to close down. So Mike's just done his fastest 7.5. So let's have a look at the back to this battle. You see Matt just cannot keep up with that Merc. That Merc is so quick down the straight. No, even in the toe he's pulling away from the Honda. So watch from Matt's car. So is he going to have a move down the inside as they go into the 1st turn? That transition causes a lot of problems with a lot of cars. You can see he's got the pace, but Harry's defending really well, just cannot get down the inside. Matt's going to try and switch back a bit and be a bit tidier through this left-hander. There's not much going on, any other battles going on. I think this is the tightest battle on track. Here you go, Matt is right behind that Merc now. Covers the inside again, and we can see it's a boot full of Watsits. Harry squirms a bit as he tries to get the power on. Let's watch for the back of the Merc. Oh, let's try and get the right camera. There we go. It's not the greatest view in the world, but trying to see what's going on. So Matt does a tight line through there. He's going to have a run, I think. Let's have a watch. He's going to have a run. Make sure there's nothing else going on. There's a bit of a battle going on behind as well. Let's just see what's going on there. I So what's going on here as well? So we got Mika and Mike having a bit of a battle. In fact, Mika's gone so far. Oh, Mika's into the pits. So Matt is still behind Harry, so we didn't miss anything. Mika's got rid of the super softs. A little bit early, so maybe Mika's two-stopping. So Harry and it's just Matt can't do anything about that. See what's going on. So we've got battle now between Daz and Jimmy as well. So Jimmy's hanging on nicely at the back of that Audi. A couple of attempts quicker as well. So any other battles going on? Let's see. So these guys are battling away. Mike all the time as well is catching them. So let's just concentrate on this battle for third at the moment. Nothing much doing. Matt's going to try and get a bit of a run out. Let's just see what's going on behind. No, not that close at the moment. So Matt does his usual little late, miss the apex to the first apex and then hit it on the second. Nothing much going on here. So is there any battles here? The Ferrari might be sizing up the Aston here. Especially the Aston's taking a little bit of a knock, and I think the Ferrari's going to have a go. Here we go. Tries to go around the outside. He's not going to get around there, but I think he's trying to do the switchback, trying to keep momentum. Aston's fast, giving a bit of a bump draft. So looking back from the Aston, we got the Ferrari's going to make a move down the inside. They come into the first corner. He looks like Mike's got it done. Yes, he has. Can he make it stick? Gets to the apex nicely. Nice move, Mike. Has a bit of a wiggle as he come out. Then Matt is still right on the boot lid of that Merc. He's going to try and do it. He's got trying to get a bit of a cut back on the Merc, but Merc's driving really well. Not making any mistakes. Let's go from the boot of Matt thought he was going to have a move there, but no, Harry covers the inside off. Let's have a look from the variable cam. Nothing much going on still. Let's see what's behind. Dad's still in 5th. Mike's in 6th. Jimmy's down at 7th. So quick flick through. Any other battles? No, I don't think so. Alright, there we go. So Matt is now trying again to get past that Mercedes as they come down the back straight. Although Harry's weaving as he tries to shake the toe of the Honda up piece. Whoa, getting very close. Looks like Matt's got him now. I think is he going to break a bit later into the first corner? No, Harry sweeps around the outside. Matt tries to keep it tight. Look at these two side by side as we come off the banking. Matt's got the grunt legs just pulling away there side by side as they go into the left hander. I think Matt's got this one done finally. Harry's going to try and fight it against the right-hander. No, I think Matt has got this one finally. What a battle between those two. That took about 3 or 4 laps to resolve that one. Cracking stuff after the initial door bashing. So Matt is in 5th and Daz has now got Mike in 6th. So Mike will probably ruin that contact with Mika. I don't think it was anyone's fault. But he's... Oh, Daz has gone. The Audi's bit... You can see his rear is a bit worse for wear. So Mika's come out for the pits and super softs. And Chris is in. So Chris Lewis, 2nd place, is in for softs, and so is Matt. But look at the fuel. Look at the fuel difference between the two of them. So Harry's carrying on. His fuel's good in that Merc, so he's carrying on. So Matt is in, Mike's in, Chris is in, Jimmy's in. So let's see who was leading out of that lot. Let's see who gets out first. Chris was on his super softs. Look pretty worn. Let's see what he does in terms of fuel. What else? So everyone is. So Jimmy's in, Daz is in, Chris is rolling. He's rolling. Let's see what. So Matt has come out. Not far. Look at that. Matt is right behind Chris, and he's battling with Andy as they come out of the pits. This is critical for Matt. I think Andy's still on his mediums. No, he's on super softs now, but Matt's got to get clear of that Beamer so he can have a go at the Jag in front. He does so. But also critically, Mika's come out in front of Chris. So this could help Matt if Mika can hold up Chris for a little bit longer. They come into the hairpin, but Chris is going to try and make a move down the outside. Does he make a stick? No, he doesn't. All the while, Matt's trying to draw closer. But Mika loses the back end of the Porsche bit. I think that's going to give Chris the chance he needs. Yes, so Chris is in. Chris is through. Mika's down the 4th. But look how much closer Matt and Andy having a bit of a squabble. So what happened there? So let's watch that. So Andy was behind Matt as they come into the hairpin. So Andy has a dive down the inside. Oh, taps Matt's rear quarter, just sends him a little bit wide. Andy's up to 5th, and the leader's in now. So Harry's also in. So 1 and 2 on the track. Let's see where Harry comes out. So Chris is away. We can't pick him up, unfortunately, because it's the way the game works. So Chris is away already. He's on to softs. Harry's in. So Lewis is back in 2nd, but he's got Mika right behind. And then we've got this battle for 4th, and Matt has got back ahead of Andy. Is Andy going to throw one down the outside as they go into the first turn? They're going to go side by side. Andy not quite makes it, so Matt is up to 4th. He's lost touch a little bit with Chris. Only a second or so, but Andy's going to make a move down the inside. He's going to try. It's a hard place to pass. That is. The Honda gets fully sideways as they come out of that corner. So Andy's going to try. Let's have a watch from what Andy can see. We've got the 2 CMS Racing drivers in front. Andy making a look down the outside. Oh, the Porsche gets a bit squirrely. Holds up the Honda. This is going to be troubling times for Matt. He knows that Andy can go and make a lunge down the inside, so he covers it off this time. And the Porsche what's the Porsche going to do? Is he going to let his teammate through? That's what they did before. Matt comes out right behind. Mika goes up high again. That's going to help. That's going to let Andy have a run at the pair of them. So Andy gets past 1 CMS Racing. Is he going to get past? Oh, what's going on here? Is he going to get past the other one? Andy and Matt, look at this, they're side by side, and Matt's pushing Andy onto the apron, and he's got the run down the inside. Looks like the Porsche's trying to get involved as well. Matt's trying to cut down the inside. Let's go on board with Matt. He's got a decent run as they come out of the first corner. He's got the BMW right in front of us. Is Matt trying to make a move, Denny? So yes, he does. And I think he's got that one done. Oh, and he cuts the grass as they come out of the corner. Looks like Matt's done that. Is Andy going to retaliate? They're going into the hairpin. I'm going to lose my voice. It's fantastic racing going on here. Right, Andy's a little bit wide, but no. So Matt is up to 3rd. Can he do anything about Chris in 2nd? So welcome all those joining us. You've missed 2/3 of the race, and it's been fantastic. So up front, we had the serial Group 4 winner, Chris Lewis, winning this his 4th race in the Group 4s. We've got the serial Group 3 winner up front and doing some storming lap times. So Chris has done a 106.58, which is super quick. He's on a pretty hot lap this one as well. So Chris Lewis done a 7.3. I don't think he can do much about the Mazda in front of him, but can he hold off the Honda behind? He's been held up a little bit by the McLaren, but he's on his fastest lap so far. But look at this, so Chris, he makes his way past the traffic. Chris has done a 107.334. Matt behind does a 107.331, so there's 3 thousandths of a second between the pair of them. Oh, Chris has gone a little bit wide. Doing a good job of staying out of the way. So Matt's in 3rd, Andy's in 4th. Mika's doing a good job still in 5th, but I think Mika's out of sync. Yeah, you can see the fuel is flashing. Did a 108.3, but the fuel's flashing, so Mika will need to come in for another stop. Harry is doing a great job on his medium, so he's coming for another set of mediums, and he's just done his fastest at 107.9, so that's pretty good on a. You compare that against 2nd, he's only 0.6 off on mediums. That's pretty decent. So Chris does a 107.6, Matt does a 107.6. He's doing super close. So Mika's in, and so is Andy. So we'll keep an eye on these two. Andy's got slightly more fuel on board, so it'll be slightly less to put in. Tires look pretty good. Andy's deciding mediums, softs, super soft probably is the play. Mika, I think, has been on softs, super soft maybe. Mika said not sure what happened to my fuel, should have been good for a few more laps. Yeah, the game does have a glitch every now and then. Right, should we have a recap then? So, on to lap 20 we go. The Mazda is banging in the mid-106s. And behind we've got Jag and the Honda in a bit of a slugfest here. These two are 2 and 3 in the championship. So Matt will want to beat Chris, and Chris will want to beat Matt. It's not a foregone conclusion that Chris is going to, Matt's got 2nd. So Chris does a 107.5, Matt does a 107.3. So very slightly quicker there that lap, but only 0.2 though. keep an eye on that gap. And Harry's doing a grand job in fourth. Had a cracking 107.9. He's down the 108s, but that's kind of expected on his mediums. Mike is doing 108 flat, so 10. So look at that. Mike's done 107.4 is his fastest, then 107.9, 107.9, 108.0. So Mike is catching the Merc, and we've got another 8 laps to go yet, 7.5 laps to go, so that's doable. We'll keep an eye on that. Then we've got Jimmy, who's got the Audi right behind him, so Daz is coming there. That's a good time to come on board. Daz is closing on the Aston. Is he going to make a move? They come into the hairpin. Oh, that's a bit late. Oh, gives him a proper thump. Puts the Audi off mid-corner. Let's have a watch back from that, maybe. Let's have a watch back from Jimmy's car. Try and get the right camera. There we go. I think that was another Daz specialty into the hairpin. Let's have a watch. Yeah. Ooh, just about gets on alongside the ish, but yeah, actually came out worse out of that one. So Daz has got to regroup. That's Chris behind, so no worries about that there. So Dan's doing a good job in 8th, having a quiet race, but he's stealthily got himself up to 8th now in his Ernie Ball Toyota. And then which Ernie Ball is that? That's Power Slinky, I think. Heavy duty strings for Dan. There's Susan in 9th. Doing well actually, he's having a good race. He's done a 108.8 as his fastest, and the 108.9 was his previous lap just gone. So I think Daz is obviously enjoying the Nissan a bit more around here. Andy though is done a 107.0. That's fast. That's the second fastest lap I think of the race. He's 2 stopping, so he's on lower fuel. That's quick. So Andy, and he did a must be an out lap with a 106.8. So Andy's flying. He's catching snooze quite quickly. 2 seconds a lap more. So Lex is in 10th. He's done a 107.8.9 as well. So everyone's done some pretty competitive lap times here. Mika's in 11th, but has got much fresher tyres. So Lex has got some pretty knackered super softs, and Mika's got some box fresh softs. So we'll keep an eye on that gap at the moment. The previous laps were identical, but Lex is going to start the struggle. Dan stopped. Okay, yeah. So Dan was 2 stopping. So he's put some fresh super softs. So we'll see what Dan can do. It's not a million miles away. A million miles away. So let's see what else is going on back at the front. And he's got snooze already. Okay, we missed that. Let's have a rewatch of that. Oh, he does his little cheeky move. Did it on Matt. He does it on snooze. He's got a huge pace advantage though. Much fresher tyres. So Andy's up to 8th. Bit of a recovery this one. So up front, the Mighty Duck. That is Chris. Still in the 106s. The only one consistently in the 106s. Flying in that Mazda. Got a big lead now over second. Look, see, he's coming into the through the last corner on the banking, and Chris is just coming into the double apex left-hander. So Chris has done a 107.3, he did a 107.2 previous lap. Look at that, these two are so closely matched. They're matching each other almost to the 1,000. So Chris's tyres, let's have a look at those. Not looking too bad. Matt's looking ever so slightly better though. So Chris does a 107.2. Matt does a 107.8. So a bit of a scruffier lap there from Matt. Chris has broken it maybe. Just over 4 tenths quicker that lap. Chris is still in the league of his own. I will say that he's about 3 or 4 tenths, so it's not hugely quicker, but enough. Chris is on his bet PB as well. So we've got a battle now for 4th and 5th. So we said we're keeping an eye on this. Harry's still on the 108s, 108.6. So Mike's done 108.8 as well. So he's caught Harry up. Harry's gone a bit wide. That could be enough for Mike to get through. I think it is. Let's have a look. Harry still managed to hold it, but Mike's going to try and drive it down the inside of the hairpin. Yes, he does. Gets it done. He's on softs. The rear's not looking too brilliant, but it's okay. but it's probably better than, yeah, Harry's tyres are looking better, but they're on medium, so can Harry retaliate? That Merc is quick down the straights. Can he have enough grip through this last corner, stay in the toe, and have a run at the Ferrari as we come down the pit straight? That Ferrari's got good traction. I don't think so. I think that Ferrari's gone. We're into lap 24 now, so 23 done, 4 to go. You can see that Merc catching toe's not hugely strong here, but the Ferrari gets a squabble on as he goes into the first corner. It's good coming. That Merc is handling well on the mediums. Toe's doing a great job. Oh, look at that line from Harry. That was cutting it fine, but got a bit too wide as he came out. So Mike's now up to 4, so a good recovery drive from Mike. Quite a long way. We say that he's not that far behind Matt. That's a lot of time in that spin, so Mike's doing some good lap times. It's going to be quite a threat here for second, but he's a bit behind. So let's keep an eye on these guys up front. So Chris has done a 1:07.7, Matt does a 1:07.5. So Matt again is a bit quicker this lap. So it's pogoing a bit between these two. So Mike's now got clear of Harry. Harry's in 5th. Oh, Daz was in 8th, but he's dropped it. So the battle is between now Jimmy, who's in the 109s, and Andy, who's in the 107s. I think this is going to be a bit of a slam dunk. Let's go on board from the back of the Aston. That's just quick down the straights, but his tyres are getting pretty knackered. So Andy's having a good comeback now. He had a bit of a quiet first couple of laps, but it looks like he's going to get down the inside. Yeah, look at that. Easy as you'd like. So Andy's on pretty fresh softs, and Jimmy's doing a good job on his super softs, but they're pretty knackered now. He had only 2 sets of super softs to use. Couldn't use any more. So getting 2 super softs around this track is going to be a tough ask, but he's hanging on nicely. So he's doing a good job in the Aston. And Daz getting to suffer a bit of tyre deg on these super softs in the Aston and the Audi. Oh, look at that understeer from the Nissan, but he's keeping Daz honest. That's a battle to keep an eye on. And then we got Lex about to be lapped. So Chris is in the back markers now. That's a harsh word, isn't it? Back markers, but he's those towards the back. But we've got a battle here. We got a battle here. No, I think that's been lapped. So there's Lex. So we got so let's keep an eye on that. So Lex is doing 108. So it's a bit of a better lap from him. He's got getting the blue flag. So is he going to let the leader through? Now Mika is not that far behind, so actually there's still a battle going on here. Chris tries to go around the outside and does so, but Mika's right, oh, gets sideways and holds it. That was a nice slide. I think we'll go on board for that. That was nicely held. I think that could be a contender for drift of the season, that one. Here we go into the first corner, the banking. Oh, gets a bit unsighted by the McLaren, I think. Not quite as dramatic from the inside. Right, so up the front we go on the final lap now. Chris leading, and Chris is in second. Chris did a 1:07.8. Matt did a 1:07.6. What's that? 3 tenths quicker. Matt is gaining, I think. So the last couple of laps, Chris has done 1:07.8, so Matt has done a 1:07.4, 1:07.6. So Matt is gaining. He's not far behind, but I think he's going to run out of time. Yeah, Chris's tyres are going. I don't think Matt's going to got nothing here. It's going to be close. And Harry's in 4th. What's happened to Mike? What happened to Mike? Where did Mike go? Oh, what happened to Mike? Oh, just lost it. Oh, poor Mike. Poor Mike. His tyres are starting to let him down a little bit. Is Andy close enough to be interested? No, I don't think he is. Let's just see where Chris is. There he comes. The double apex. So is anything going else So Jimmy and Andy, I think that one's settled. There's Daz with Snooze. And we've got Lex trying to lap Chris, Mika, there's Dan and Jimmy. So here comes Chris. He's still battling these guys. I don't know what's going on there. He's obviously had a bad lap there, but he's still in the mix between these two. But here he comes across the line. Actually, no, we wound that, didn't we? That's why. All right, let's go forward. There he goes. Chris comes across the line. A great win for the Mazda. Another perfect race for Chris. Fastest lap as well. There we go. Come across to second place. Looks like the Jag is just going to hang on. So a good second place for Chris. So backs up his win in the first race. Be pleased with that. So good second for him. Matt finishes third again. 2/3 for the Honda. Then here comes Harry doing a cracking job. In fact, in terms of pace, look, he's just done his fastest lap on his penultimate lap. So cracking fourth for Harry on his two mediums. Be pleased with that. Did actually get a penalty for the door bash with Matt, but it only cost him 5 seconds, so it didn't cost him any places. Mike recovering to fifth. A few dramas there, left hand King. So got fifth for Mike, just in front of sixth for Andy. And here comes Jimmy, a good seventh. So some good points for JH Racing tonight. A good seventh for him. And Daz is going to come across in eighth, just in front of Snooze, and I think that's probably all the laps around there. Yes, it is. So Snooze finishes ninth. So there we go. That was a frantic and great race. The penultimate for season 6. Let's have a recap. So Chris takes the win. His best lap of 106.58. You can compare that against, I think Andy did a 107 dead, so he's half a second quicker and 3/4 of a second quicker than second and third. So look at this, a good tight tense scrap for second. So Chris just gets it by just over a second from Matt. You can see the basic sums up their race. Chris did a 107.24 and Matt did a 107.25, so 100th apart. So good battle there between second and third. Matt rounds off the podium again with third. That's it's a good result. Chris does gain a little bit, but Matt had a good qualifying and Chris not so good. So they actually equal scored in this race, which I think pretty much guarantees Matt's second in the championship. One round to go. Mika saying that was a bit of a tense moment. The series thought it was going to go. Yeah, that was a good slide. It's well held. Harry, good fourth. That does his championship hopes no end of good. Let me see if we go back. Can we get the scores back? Yes, we can. Right, so we can do the scores at the end of this race. So Harry is a cracking fourth, given he had to use mediums twice. Mike fifth, could have been fourth, could have been third, could have been even second. Had some good pace. You look at his lap time, 107.269. It was like the same as first and second, so could have had a better result than fifth, but still a good fighting drive. Came back well. Andy finishing sixth, tried the two-stop, had his mediums, so decided two-stop. Yeah, he was pretty quick as well. His last lap was a 107.6, and he did 107 dead, second fastest lap. So had pace in the Beamer. He finishes sixth. Jimmy, a good second, seventh. Be pleased with that. It's good points for JH Racing. Daz again finding the Audi a little bit of a handful. Good pace again, but he finishes eighth. Snooze gets ninth in the Nissan. Lex gets 10th in the Lambo. Mika finishes 11th in the end in the Porsche. Dan 12th. Maybe a little bit disappointed with that. So not a particularly strong night for Dan Dare. Just going to drop him down a little bit in the championship battle. And then Jimmy, Chris finishes 13th. So there we have it. Your fastest lap was Chris Pengelly. And if we look at the championship very quickly, so on drop scores, Chris Pengelly confirmed champion. So congratulations to Chris. Cannot be overhauled now. 1 round to go. He's on 378 with Matt on 338. In second, I think that's second, but we'll do the maths. I don't think Chris can catch him. Chris is on 314, and then Andy's on 297, and Mike's on 284. So I think probably first, second, and third is probably decided. Although I think Andy might have an outside shot of beating Chris for third, so we'll keep an eye on that. Certainly, 4th to 5th is close, only 13 points between them. So a lot still to play for there. Then Harry, I think he's second best. He's a few 39. So certainly a really good Group 4 from Group 3 from Harry on these 2 cents of mediums. So he is on 6th on 259, and then Darren has just overtaken Dan, I think. 7th maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure. He's on 217, and then Dan's on 215. So a bit of pride into team rivalry going on there. They're really close. Then Carly's on 196. In 9th, Jimmy's in 10th, 166. Lex is on 157. So battle there still between Jimmy and Lex. And Alex as well in the mix in 12th and 151. So still some things could change in the drivers. And then Chris on 93 and Rob on 20. Then the teams. The CMS Racing on 532 with Dart on 445. So I think CMS Racing have got the teams. The second Dart on 445. The Italian Stallions third on 430. Dan Dare on 417 in 4th, JH on 404, and then Grumpin' Bumpin' Special CK on 398 apiece. So anything can really happen in the teams. All the way down, I think, from second downwards, anything could happen. So that was round 9. Hopefully I didn't throw too many people doing it on a Monday rather than the usual Thursday. I've got a few races to prepare for, particularly a 3-hour race I'm doing on Saturday evening for raising money for Race for Dementia. So hopefully see a few people in the stream watching that. This has been, Mama Sykes is sorry we missed this. Watch it on catch up, Mum. That's the beauty of YouTube. So this has been round 9. One more round to go, and that is a humdinger. That's going to be the Group 2s around the Nordschleife 24-hour track. So that's the GP track and the Nordschleife combined. 6 laps of that for 45 minutes. That's going to be a lot of fun. Still lots to play for in the championship. Lots to play for. I think for 3rd, 4th, 5th in the drivers. 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. It's all to play for, and the teams as well. I've got no idea who's going to come probably second downwards. It's super close. So lots to play for, and we will see you there in a couple of weeks' time. So thank you for watching, and we'll catch you for the last round of Season 6. Thank you for everyone who's commented, and we'll catch you again soon.